The Miami Heat has turned a slow starting season into one of the most impressive runs in NBA history. If I'm not mistaken, the last time we saw something remotely similar was in '99 when the New York Knicks, as an 8th seed, played their hearts out, knocking off the first-seeded Miami Heat in the first round, eventually making it all the way to the NBA Finals. However, as I dwell on this year's run by the Heat, even that comparison seems insubstantial. I've often praised Jimmy Butler, but even I could not anticipate the exceptional persistence and intensity he brought to the table. Nor could I predict how he significantly improved the team's culture and winning mentality. Despite having no less than 7 undrafted players on their starting roster and their third best player injured, the Heat's journey to this point has been a thrilling roller coaster ride filled with unexpected twists, excitement, and even moments of humor. But let's step back in time to the previously mentioned '99 Knicks. They were phenomenal, taking down the first seed, dismantling Reggie Miller's Pacers, and even challenging the emerging powerhouse of Tim Duncan and David Robinson in the NBA Finals. However, their journey ended there. Their remarkable efforts, especially reaching the finals without an aged and injury-ridden Patrick Ewing, were particularly impressive. But the NBA was a bit out of the ordinary that season. Michael Jordan had just recently retired. The lockout-shortened season was in full effect, and changes in the first-round format played critical roles in the Knicks' surprising surge. Contrastingly, the Miami Heat's current trajectory towards the championship is not attributed to weakened competition or fortunate shifts in playoff formats. Their journey is a testament to sheer determination, audacious team spirit, and a healthy dose of Jimmy Butler's brilliance. Back in January, the Heat was struggling to maintain a sub-500 record, but by the end of the regular season, they managed to clinch a spot in the play-in tournament. In the tournament, they lost to the Atlanta Hawks, but beat the Chicago Bulls, which secured them a spot in the playoffs. With their reliance on undrafted players, absence of significant roster changes, and the loss of their third best player early in the playoffs, things looked grim for Miami. However, they never stopped believing. The Heat's true victory, however, was in proving the doubters wrong, those who questioned the authenticity of their 2020 NBA bubble run. 3 years ago, they made one of the most spectacular runs in sports history. They swept the Pacers, defeated the conference's top seed and the reigning back-to-back MVP in the second round, and beat the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. This remarkable feat stirred up considerable speculation, with many wondering if their success was due to the unique bubble environment, the prolonged COVID hiatus, or the absence of home court advantage. The following season, they were brutally swept by Milwaukee in the first round. In the next season's playoffs, the Boston Celtics got their revenge and beat them in the conference finals. Despite these setbacks, the Heat showcased their resilience this season, fighting their way back into competition in true Miami Heat fashion, gritty and utterly surprising. With Jimmy Butler leading the team, they turned the tables on their critics, standing on the verge of toppling 2 of the top 4 MVP candidates, and the teams many had favored to win it all a mere month ago. Butler has shown his worth repeatedly, especially in the playoffs where he currently holds the record for most 40-plus games in Heat's franchise history. It's worth mentioning that playoff Jimmy has over 20 games with 30-plus points as well. In this year's playoffs, as of now, he's averaging 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. His leadership has transformed the team into a group of resilient fighters, matching his energy and rising to every challenge. However, it's crucial to mention that Butler hasn't been doing it all alone. Bam Adebayo, with his offensive and defensive prowess, has also played a crucial role in their success. His mission to dominate the paint and induce foul trouble has proven invaluable. Known for his forceful drives to the hoop, Adebayo is a nightmare for the opposing defenses. But the true strength of the Heat does not lie solely with just Jimmy and Bam. Their power originates from a versatile roster that includes guards Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, and Max Strus. This trio of sharp shooters, ready to pelt the hoop from beyond the arc, is a testament to the depth and flexibility of this team. And let's not forget the seasoned veteran Kyle Lowry. Known for his gritty, never-give-up attitude, Lowry's contributions might not always make the highlight reels, but they play a vital role in determining the game's outcome. Whether diving for loose balls, providing crucial assists, or taking charges like a human shield, Kyle thrives under pressure, an invaluable quality during high-stakes games. The Heat's execution during the playoffs has been nothing short of extraordinary. They seized a golden opportunity against the Milwaukee Bucks, converting their subpar regular season shooting into a stellar 45% from deep, eliminating the top seed in just 5 games. Jimmy Butler had an astounding series, averaging 38 points per game, overpowering 2 of the league's top defenders in Jrue Holiday and the Greek Freak. They then overcame a smoking hot Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks in 6 games. Here, Butler again played a key role despite missing a game due to injury. He averaged 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists during the series. The Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics showcased the Heat's dominance once again. The series began with Miami gaining an upper hand, securing a 123-116 win, with Butler leading the charge with 35 points. The Heat continued their dominance in Game 2 with a 111-105 victory, where Butler played a critical role. However, the Celtics were en route to win this game, until the midst of the 4th quarter where Celtic power forward Grant Williams was really hitting his stride. Having just sunk a 3-pointer to extend his team's lead by 9, he found himself up against Jimmy Butler. When Butler scored an and-one bucket in the paint against him, Williams couldn't resist the opportunity to go head-to-head with Butler, indulging in a fiery bit of trash talk. However, this interaction seemed to ignite a fire in playoff Jimmy. From that moment onward, he added 9 points to his tally, steering the Heat on an impressive 22-9 run. This resulted in an important victory for the Heat, granting them a substantial 2-0 lead in the series. In the aftermath of the game, questions were posed to Butler whether his contentious exchange with Williams had propelled his late-game surge. Yes, it did, but that's just competition at its finest. He hit a big shot and started talking to me. I like that. I'm all for that. It makes me key in a lot more. It pushes that will I have to win a lot more. It makes me smile, it does. When people talk to me, I'm like, okay, I know I'm a decent player. If you want to talk to me out of everybody that you can talk to, go ahead. It's safe to assume that Mr. Williams might just regret that encounter. Game 3 saw another commanding victory for Miami, defeating the Celtics 128-102. The spotlight shone brightly on the Heat's role players. Gabe Vincent was particularly good, scoring 29 points on almost 80% field goal percentage. Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin did their thing as well with 22 and 18 points. Butler, a little quieter than usual, still contributed significantly with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Heat's head coach Erik Spoelstra commended the team's mature approach, emphasizing the importance of staying focused and finishing the job in the upcoming games. The Heat were on the brink of a series sweep before their Game 4 clash in Miami. However, the Boston Celtics managed to stave off elimination in Game 4, overcoming the Heat 116-99. Celtics' Jason Tatum stood out with 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Despite the loss, Butler still showcased his abilities, scoring 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists for Miami. Before Game 4, the Heat had restricted the Celtics, a team heavily reliant on its three-point shooting, to a modest 31% from downtown. But in Game 4, especially in the second half, Boston stepped up and shot over 40% from beyond the arc. This improvement must continue for the Celtics if they hope to extend the series. However, achieving this against the formidable Heat defense will be a daunting task. As we eagerly await the decisive next game, it's important to remember that regardless of the series length or where the Miami Heat ends their season, championship or not, their unbreakable spirit, gritty resilience, and tenacity have already earned them the respect and admiration of basketball fans all across the globe. However, a player who never seemed to get started this season was Jordan Poole. Last year, the then 22-year-old went from unknown to an NBA sensation, helping Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors win the championship. His meteoric rise earned him a 4-year, $128 million contract. However, this season, despite the solid stats, his body language and decision-making have rapidly declined, causing growing frustration among fans, coaches, and players. I made a video of all the situations that have transpired this season and how it's affected Jordan Poole's game. Check it out.